In the top left-hand corner, we have the menu option, and this is where we can go back to the start. We can take a look at the account settings, manage the projects and application settings, a view of the subscription, help and support, terms and policy, and the About MALÅ Vision. Finally, at the bottom left, we can log out from MALÅ Vision Desktop if required. So we have the start, the import options, and here we can exclude or delete profiles or swaths. We have the process tab, back to the main processing, and then onto the export, where we can create reports and export data. In the processing tab, we have 2D, 3D, and sitemap view options, and these can be toggled on and off to suit the view that you require. On the left-hand side, on the pull-out tab, we can select the swaths, and within the swaths, each profile. And on the top right-hand corner, we can export the project. We can take a look at the measurement information. We can take a screenshot, and we can take a look at the notifications and clear them if required. Towards the bottom, we have the pull-up tab for the screenshots, and on this we can do some free drawing on these screenshots or add markers into the data, clear all if required. Down the right hand side, we have the filter options and also the contrast, grey balance, etc. for the views, for the data views. The interpretation tab to insert markers, polylines and polygons. We have the analysis tab for flipping profiles, showing the trace in the 2D, changing the vertical axes from time to depth, and the depth is based on this velocity value here, which can manually be changed. We can automatically and manually set time 0, and for the velocity analysis we can insert an hyperbola into the 2D data if required. The 3D settings is where we would choose the parameters for the interpolation, and that's within swaths or defined areas. This is the start button or play button for the interpolation. We've got the depth slice or no depth slice option, and then we can also change the color scale plots from grays to colors or reverse them if required. And finally, the threshold for the profiles in the 3D view. This can be switched off or on depending on requirements. And finally, we've got the sitemap, where we can change things like the tile provider, map framework. We can edit the positions, and this will be done in the site view and the sitemap. And we can also do some offset position as well if we have a little bit of stagger in the data. Back to the 3D view. On the display, we can adjust the contrast value, and we can also adjust the time slice or depth value here. And just to the left, we have the settings for the time slices. We can adjust things like trench view, switch that on or off. We have the pond view, so we can go back to grayscales if required. And within pond view, we have the topo view. And finally, we can select or deselect normalize slices option here too.